reviewing the last of the 3 wines from the #1 pack, red pack for Backyard Shed Crew. The last 3 red wines. So thank you for joining me and thank you for purchasing the wine. Right, we'll get straight into this. So the first wine is the Marius Sympatico 2006 Shiraz, single vineyard. Roger Pike, the vigneron and winemaker, has a small patch of dirt that he put vines in, sort of up on the foothills between McLaren-Vale and Wollonga. It's technically classified as being in Wollonga. So let's do the winky thing. Interesting red fruits coming through. Sort of cherries, red currants. A little bit of spiciness, as you would expect from Shiraz. So all those same things are coming through. Cherries, the red currants, a bit of chocolate character on the back end of the palate coming through. Of the wines that I've tried so far, this is the wine that has the most obvious oak treatments. Not overpowering with the oak, but as I said, the most obvious. So we do have those dusty, oaky tannins right on the back palate. This wine, if you could leave it for another 5 years, would just get better and better and better. But I'm not sure even I could leave it for 5 years. A nice wine to try. I can still get all those flavours and characters sitting in my mouth now, so there's certainly a nice long finish to the wine. What would be nice with this particular wine would be to take it to a barbecue. You know, the sort of barbecue that people come along and they take wines that might be the cheap wines, might be the wines that don't quite have the right character. Be interesting taking this one along, because I think you would suddenly gain a whole range of friends that would want to try this wine. I know if I was at the barbecue, I'd want to try it. Yeah, really, really nice. Really, really nice. Now, I was really taken by this wine when I first tried it. This is the Inkwell 2007 Shiraz. Lovely label. And this is from the Tatachilla sub-region of McLaren-Vale on California Road, for those that know it. This colour is almost purple. Now, unlike the last wine, this wine is definitely black fruit based. Real dark fruits. You know, there's a bit of musky character to it, which is quite pleasant. This wine has seen 40% new American oak. Sorry, new French oak. only use French oak with this wine. The oak is not overpowering on the palate. Sorry, on the nose. You can't taste it. You can't really smell it on the nose. On the palate, it's there, but again, it all marries in quite nicely. Finishes with some dry, dusty tannins, but it really is all there. This wine I consider to be a layered wine. So you got blackberries, you got violets, you've got the dusty tannins, all there, and the violets are very interesting. There's some other spices in there, not just pepper. The complexity's there. As I said, this layering effect. So the layering of all these different flavours, and they come through in different parts of the palate as you drink this wine. Now again, this wine I think could last quite a while in your cellar, and you'd be very pleased with the product if you did that. But I tell you, you'd be pleased with the product right now, right today. You'd be very happy having this. Because of all those spices coming through, the dusty tannins and everything else, I reckon a pepper steak would be lovely with this wine. Rump steak. Maybe those Witchwood meat guys again. Rump steak. Parmesan mashed potato, or even kumara, mashed kumara, parmesan, and those lovely crispy beans again, fresh beans. Yep, I'm sold. I could certainly do that one. No problems at all. Now, the last one I have for this pack, for the red pack, is the Genders 2001 McLaren-Vale Shiraz. I consider this wine a bit of a find. Most people think that Genders has closed down a long time ago, and I had the ability to follow up with Genders and talk to Diana Genders about what was going on and taste the wines, and got to taste this wine. Lovely, lovely wine. Very impressed with it from moment one, and being a 2001 for sale at the moment is also very unusual. This is not a reserve wine that's been kept back or anything like that. This is the current release wine, okay, and it's a lovely, lovely wine. They're one of the first vignerons in the region and have some lovely grape stocks to put into these wines, and Diana only makes this as labelled as the McLaren-Vale when it is the right conditions and the right flavours and the right wines to put that name on the label. Now, one thing I must say with this wine needs time to breathe. My first tasting of this wine, I actually tasted a multitude of times over about an hour and a half, and the flavours just changed right the way through that hour and a half. It's plums coming through, blackberries coming through, and it's not the stewed plums or stewed blackberries, it's the fresh fruit that you're smelling, which again is interesting for 2001. There's a little bit of vanilla coming through, okay, which is obviously from the oak. Seen 50% French, 50% American oak. But there's no overtly aggressive oak characters coming through here. Just a little bit of vanilla coming through. It's nice, very complex. There's those same blackberries that I mentioned before, the plums. There's even a bit of cumin coming through, some floral. I know Diana firmly believes that the flowers that are around the vineyard actually affect the character of the wine, and you can actually taste some of these floral characters coming through on this particular wine. Cumin's interesting that's coming through. Unlike the spices in the other wines, which tend to be pepper based. There's definite human characters coming through. And I'm getting, in that so lingering in the mouth, I'm getting some chocolate characters finishing right on the back of the palate.